Have you ever had a time where your DMs just get absolutely flooded by anyone?
Never.
Neither.
Never.
Until today.
It's been a strange time today. A bit of unseen occurrences, but we have been absolutely flooded with the Google Docs more than any other episode, more than any other day, and we figured out in this one episode we were given over a third of our total docs ever.
Yeah, so I'd say like on average, right, we maybe get 15 to 20, or at least decent ones.
That's a good innings.
Last week, like the last couple of weeks, we've been towards 30, which is good.
We've had weeks where we've had less than 5.
Yeah, 100%. This week we have 77.
Dude,
Why do we have 77?
it's just how good are our audience?
They're unparalleled.
Because like I don't even know how you can come up with all of these things. I mean, we have a little bit of a flick through before we start, but we actually don't read any in full, so it's all raw reaction. But far out, I don't know how people can just put pen to paper and send this stuff in, because it's unreal and it's amazing. We're very grateful, and there is surely some good content out of today.
Well, that's the thing we're going to find out is, out of this 77, are any of them quality? Is it a quantity over quality kind of thing? Now, in search of extra content, just in case we needed it, we put out we want to hear your unpopular opinions.
Great segment. Is this going to be a weekly thing?
I
or is
hope
this
so,
just
yeah.
like
Got a good response.
A one-off? And maybe like we put it out again, and if there's any extras, or we just come in each week with another unpopular opinion.
I'd like to think so, yeah. I feel like the audience is kick-starting us off, and then from here, I think we can bring some unpopular opinions.
Working on the fly,
and we just, as usual, as per. Now, I did roll through all 77 of these and just pick out the ones that I could see were just unpopular opinion answers, which were mostly just from this morning. So that was easy to find. So as a culmination of the Instagram tile and the forms, we've got a hell of a lot of unpopular opinions here.
And any of them, you can actually agree with, or are most of them unpopular for a reason?
Some of them have a little bit of substance to them.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this.
We'll start with the Instagram tiles.
Let's do it.
Abby Morris's unpopular opinion is the Sunday debrief is great.
That's probably the most unpopular one out of all of them we'll get today.
It's a bit of a backgander there.
It is a little bit, but I mean, we'll take it. Hopefully that's meaning well. But yeah, I did hear that's quite an unpopular one. But good to see we can go against that opinion for sure.
Jackson Sharp, he's been on the pod before, and it's fair to say that he wasn't afraid to speak his mind, and he's doing the same on his unpopular opinion is men and women athletes should not be paid the same.
Well, it is a controversial topic. It's a topic that's been talked about for a very long time now. I don't really want to say anything that will get me in trouble, but the main argument with that is the reason that women athletes earn less money is because they don't generate enough revenue, whether to people going to watch it on the TV, it being streamed and stuff. So like in that case, it's fair enough, but it is definitely growing.
Yeah, it is. And well, yeah, regardless of gender, regardless of sport, in the end, the salary is going to be relative to the revenue that comes in.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how it's going to be, I suppose.
It's just fact.
Tegan Sheridan, her unpopular opinion, Yoichi is overpriced and actually shit.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Have you been there much?
Overpriced. Oh, yeah, a few times. Overpriced, yes. I'm not a huge fan, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan.
I think it's good. No doubt I think it is good, and it's a great concept. And the price, I don't know, I feel like you can get a decent serving for not that much.
But frozen yogurt's been around for ages. But why is it so popular now? Just because of this new place?
I think it's genius marketing. I think they've just utilised social media
I haven't seen them at all on social media.
Really?
Do they do social stuff?
Yeah, I think they've just built. It's more about the brand and the culture than the product itself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. People are obsessed,
They are,
and they've been obsessed for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So they've done well.
Yubsy always has something to say.
Always does.
Zambrero's over Guzman and Gomez. It's not even close.
No. Guzman is top Zambreros by far.
So you kind of introduced me to Guzzy. There was a night just coming out of the old Sport FM, and you said, let's just take a trot down the street here in Mount Hawthorn, Mount Lawley.
Yeah, around there. Yep. That was the Monday night tradition for a long time there,
and I loved it.
So good. Yeah,
it was the old. I can't remember what they call it. What do they call it? The chippies in the wrap.
Oh, the Cali burrito. Yeah, good.
Yeah, real good.
Yeah, really good. I'm more of a quesadilla guy myself. Okay. Pretty expensive though, not gonna lie, but I just say it's worth it. Yeah. Like for how good it tastes, I reckon it's worth it. Not, Zambreros isn't terrible, but I prefer Guzman.
I do love Zambies though. I think it's a real good good burrito, and the late night one at Hillary's has come up really big on some bar one exits. Yeah,
I think a lot of people can agree with that.
Sahib Sandhu, Matzo's ginger beer tastes like shit.
Are you a ginger beer fan?
A massive ginger beer fan.
Yeah, have you had a variety of different ginger beers?
Yeah.
Where would you rank Matzo's in that for you?
Up there, but it is very, very sweet. I think you can. I think you can, compared to say a James Squire, you can't have as many of them before you have had enough.
Yeah. I prefer a James Squire over the Matzo's, but I sort of went off it once you yak on ginger beer and you get that taste in your mouth. I went off it for a very long time, and I'm still off it. I might have a couple if it's on tap, but no, not back in the cans.
Maybe, mate, that's just a reflection of your ability to handle your alcohol.
That is totally correct.
I remember my first time trying ginger beer. All right, onto the forms now. These ones are all anonymous. I think. Okay. Well, okay. First one here. If you're not a little bit gay with the boys, you might dead set be gay for the boys.
I can see what he means here. if we do digest this, I get what he's saying.
As in the ones who are the most touchy, suspicious with the boys are obviously not actually gay.
I think that's what he's trying to say. And if you're not that, and you think that shit's gay with the boys, you're most likely going to be of the homosexual variety, which doesn't really make any sense, but I sort of get where he's8coming from. But
it's a good opinion to throw up.
Yep.
The next 8 or 9 were all just rattled off in the same time frame, so I think they're all just the same person.
Okay,
I'll just rattle them off.
Yeah, go for it.
The FIFA World Cup is overhyped.
Don't like soccer.
Golf is mentally tougher sport than footy.
Maybe while you're playing. But do you know what's mentally tougher than both of those combined? Cricket. That shit sucks.
Yeah, well, if you suck at the sport, yeah. Justin Bieber's music is underrated.
I think I don't think it's underrated, but I think you shouldn't be ashamed if you're especially a bloke and you enjoy a couple of his songs. I don't think you should be ashamed.
Not a fan myself, but good on anyone who gets behind. Is a real believer.
Yep.
Netflix's quality has declined.
Yeah, I agree with that. I haven't found anything good on Netflix in seems like forever.
I'm not a big Netflix. I'm not a big show or movie man.
Nah.
I fall behind the trends, really.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything in quite a while. Since maybe, what was that? The Michael Jordan basketball one.
Oh, wow.
It's been a while since
I watched quite a few years, wasn't it?
Series. But I chose one by myself. Like, I'm doing nothing. No, I chose something by myself. But, if I'm bored and I have a look through, it's just like, there's nothing.
Yep. Pineapples belong on pizza. I don't think that's unpopular. I reckon this is like a 50-50 split, this argument.
I don't hate pineapple on pizza, but I wouldn't have it on every pizza.
Yeah. It's not my favourite pizza, a Hawaiian, but I like it. Yeah. Behind it. Sushi isn't that impressive.
What do you mean by impressive?
Impressive. I wouldn't say it's impressive, but it tastes nice.
Yeah, it tastes quite good. It tastes quite good. Are you what type of sushi man?
Oh, like a tuna and cucumber.
Yeah.
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 Or like a teriyaki chicken.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. No, those are two staples.
Coffee is more addictive than alcohol. You know what?
I somewhat agree with that.
Because people coffee every day. Obviously, alcoholics. Fair enough. They'll have coffee. But I reckon caffeine addiction is treated as less severe, right?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. 100. Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually agree with that. Even though, you know, if you're addicted to alcohol, it's a lot more serious than being addicted to caffeine. Enough, yeah. But there's more people you would think waking up saying, I need a coffee, I need a coffee, I need a coffee, instead of waking up and going, I need a beer, I need a beer.
Unless, I don't know, Yubsy.
Yeah, Yubsy.
Sorry, warn everyone, no beers.
No beers.
Aliens likely exist.
I don't think they do, personally.
Yeah, but think about it, Regan. There's a big, big galaxy out there. If you lie down and look at all those stars, just think that there has to be something else out there.
Yeah, but an alien, I don't know. They're just like, they're a bit strange for me. Like people. Like what even are they?
I think that's a robot.
No, I don't know. I don't even know.
But see, the image of aliens is just an assumption and a imaginative perception that humans have put into movies and books and shows. What an alien actually is, who knows? It's just like a non-human life outside something.
No, I actually agree with that then. What they show on like movies and TVs, I don't think so, but in terms of maybe like something else sort of human-like but sort of not. Yeah, all right. Women's
fashion objectifies men.
What does that even mean?
I don't know about that one.
What do you mean it objectifies? What does that even mean?
Dehumanize, treat a man as just an object, like a sex icon.
There's too much going on there. I don't care.
And okay, I think that was that from one. That was all one person. Those ones.
Very, very, very talented in getting all those off your brain, off your mind.
Now, this person has said, I'll give you 5 unpopular opinions.
Okay.
Rattled off 5 and then said, here's 5 others. So you might as well have just gone, I'll give you 10. But here we go. Sushi is overpriced.
Overpriced? I'm not sure about the pricing of sushi off the top of my head.
Overpriced, I agree with, yeah.
Yeah?
Sushi is quite expensive, yeah.
I'll be with you.
Indian food is too spicy.
I'm not a huge fan of Indian food. I wouldn't say it's too spicy to eat. I mean, it depends what you get.
A butter chicken is mild as.
Yeah, it literally just depends what you're getting. But you know, if you're getting the Hubba Bubba, you know, super special dish off the secret menu, it might have a little bit of extra spice in there.
It may well. Coffee is overrated. I don't know about overrated. People enjoy it.
Yeah, I quite enjoy it. I never really liked but it's. I wouldn't say I'm hooked, but it was something like I wasn't set on it till I tried it. Didn't like it at first, then tried it again, and it's something that grows on you. I didn't believe the fact, you know, like when your parents say like, or you hear like your taste buds like grow.
Yes.
I didn't believe that till like coffee. I used to hate the smell, like mum having her morning coffee. Used to hate that so much, and now, love it.
Probably because I made one, and you went, yep. Now I found a good coffee.
And I've never returned.
Energy drinks are useful.
Useful. I'm sort of yet to figure out if they're placebo or not.
Well, they are just laced with caffeine and sugar. I mean, I'm sure they
do a little bit.
They would buzz you, but I don't know about useful because they're outrageously unhealthy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say useful, but if you're tired and you have an assignment due in an hour at 12 a.m. and it's 11, and if you have to pop one, that might give you a little bit of extra something to get over the line. So I'd say they work, but I wouldn't say useful is the word.
Shouldn't be reliant on. Craft beer is overhyped.
Yeah, not a fan of craft beer.
But there's so many varieties.
You don't mind a craft beer, do you?
I don't know. I'll give him a go. I'll give him a crack.
The shit at Optus is just like pure fucking... No. It's literally, it actually just tastes like shit water is what it tastes like.
That's because it's $14 for a paper cup of mid-strength.
True.
Outrageous.
True.
Food trucks are overrated. Overpriced for sure.
Yeah, it's food truck, they aren't around as much anymore. Actually, they had a food truck night down here at the old local.
There you go.
So didn't go down, but looked quite good, looked quite popular. I wouldn't say, what do they say? Overrated.
Yeah. I feel like it's more about the event and the atmosphere than maybe the food.
Yeah. No, I think there's only really a couple of certain things you can get from food trucks, and I think that's pretty self-explanatory, really.
I don't think this one's unpopular. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's scientifically accurate. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
You just hear, the amount of times I've heard that just in my lifetime, that's the worst one we've had so far.
Food photography is annoying.
So what, like people like posting their
meals,
food,
yeah.
their meals? I actually don't hate it. I wouldn't say it's maybe if you're like spamming, possibly annoying. But sometimes I go like, oh, that looks fucking good, or I go, oh, that looks like shit. Like, what are you eating that for? But yeah, I don't know. A few times I've gone and like looked at it and been like, oh, like where's this place? You know what I mean? So it's promotion of business.
Be helpful.
Yes.
And if it's not your side of social media, then you don't have to follow the food accounts.
That's it.
Eating alone is enjoyable.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Easy.
I've turned into such an iPad kid. Like I actually can't eat anything without a YouTube video in front of me. It's actually getting quite serious.
I think my dopamine addiction is out of hand now. Like I need to be stimulated by something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting quite bad, but I don't really want to stop it. It's quite enjoyable actually.
Italian food is overrated. God, he's a bit of a negative Nancy, whoever this is, isn't he?
Yeah, again, it depends. If you're going to your nonna's house. I got a little bit of Italian heritage. I've got a nonna, so go over to her house. It's one of the best. Make your own meatballs. They just do it like no one else really. So I wouldn't say it's overrated. No.
And then you take into account sausages and take into account pizzas.
Yep.
Some real classics.
Yeah, bit going on.
All right, this is now different people.
We've got a few here.
So many. Fremantle are flag favourites.
I wouldn't say. Oh, yeah, that's unpopular, I think.
Flag favourites is unpopular. But on the footy forecast during the week, the pair, Port Adelaide fan, he was on the show and he said he reckons Freo are a good dark horse to win it.
Yeah, he loved the Dockers, which was really good to hear. I guess we'll wait and see. I mean, we've talked a lot about that bloody football club on here, and it's just whether they want to show up on the day or not.
That's it. This one is a little bit scientifically controversial.
Okay.
Vaping is actually good for you.
It's just not really that good for you. Like, I understand, like it may de-stress of some sort because of that dopamine hit or whatever's in them, but it's not good for you.
Yeah, it's called nicotine addiction.
Nicotine.
Yeah, nicotine. Yeah. And the last one,
Okay.
Armadale is actually a better suburb than Kwinana and Rockingham.
I just haven't spent enough time in those three to give an opinion on this.
I feel like through location alone, I would rather be Kwinana and Rockingham. At least you're a little bit closer to the beach. Rockingham especially actually has some very,
Rockingham's
very
not
nice
half bad.
scenery.
Yeah, Rockingham's
Just
not
some
half bad.
characters walking around.
Yeah, you get that, and you expect that, so it's realistically not that bad.
And Kwinana also probably has some characters around, but why is that any different to Armadale? And Armadale is just stuck in the southeast with nowhere good to go.
Yeah.
Gonna have to disagree with that one. That's all.
Pretty good stuff there.
Very good stuff.
What was your favourite?
My favourite was Fremantle flag favourites.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. Any stick out to you?
If I give him another look, there was one there. I think the one of Ooh, it's tough. Nah, they all sucked. Just kidding. I liked them all.
And finally, okay. Well, we're in for a marathon here. Sorry, guys, but they're entertaining, and we're gonna have a laugh.
You'd hope so. Yeah, we shall.
You're gonna kick us off with a follow-up from last week.
Okay. Follow-up from last week says, I'm very glad to hear you climaxed all over my last story. And I think you'll be more glad to hear that the questionable kebab, was wondering about that, is no longer on my pillow anymore. Boys, settle in. I have 2 updates for you.
Oh, fuck, hit me.
1, you have got my gender wrong. So we assumed, I think I did listen back. I think we assumed this person was a bloke.
Okay.
So it seems like it is a girl. I know in today's society it can be a touchy subject, but I'm not a he, I'm in fact a she. Well,
okay.
there you go.
There you go.
Your advice about becoming an author has sparked some creativity for me, so I've decided to crack open a cold one on this fine Tuesday evening. Took our advice, love that. To write you charming boys a poem about Perth's best club. Have to read with a poetic rhythm. Fuck, you picked the wrong person to read something in a rhythm. Okay, let's go. On a Friday night, it's the place to be. Free entry, cheap drinks, just $6 a spree. But beware, my friend, of the floor so sticky. Where your white shoes turn brown, oh so quickly. The bouncer, though friendly, has no ID clue. So the 15-year-olds come rolling through. Old men linger, eyeing the scene, waiting for their ride. It's not a car, if you know what I
mean. Amazing.
The toilets. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I can't hold myself together. The toilets, oh boy, they're always a flood. You'll wonder if you're wading through a swamp of mud. But despite all the chaos, the grime and the creeps, bar one still the spot where we will always retreat. That was really, really, really good.
That is unbelievable.
I like that.
I don't know if that's a. That's way too. That's way too accurate to be a ChatGPT gig.
Oh,
they've written this.
Oh, 100%.
That's awesome.
They've got a great resume. I mean, they showed their talents last week, and now she's backed it up again with a masterpiece like this, and definitely has a real future in either poetry or writing of some sort.
I'm loving this, and I'm glad that we've inspired you. Can we challenge you to write one for the podcast for next week?
Yeah, about the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
She's done one about Perth's best club. Now can we have a poem about Perth's best podcast?
And there's got to be, so what were the, what do you, there's words for like poems like this. What are they called? Like when they got the 3. But this one's like 444. I don't know. I don't really listen to English class. Back. But I'm going to say, so there's 3 like paragraphs here with 4 lines. One's got to be, you got to at least include a couple lines about Fitzy individually and myself individually as well. Good. So you got to do some digging somehow. So look at, hopefully you're up for the challenge.
I'm looking forward to that. Back to more of our standard stuff. Is it okay for a girl to squirrel grip you on the dance floor?
Squirrel grip.
What does that even look like?
I think it's just, I think it's just like grabbing your nuts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, it's not okay.
Probably not, only if it's not consensual.
Alrighty.
There we go.
Okay, Varsity Fremantle, then with a semicolon. One of
I've got a semi mates already. This is exciting.
So this is the shit we got to deal with. One of mates. That just doesn't make any sense. One of my mates got kicked out of Varsity Fremantle. I went outside to look for him and found him, and 2 other mates were still inside. We tried to get back in and get them, but we couldn't get in. So this person has not used a single comma or full stop in this whole 5-line thing.
But I necessarily used a colon after Varsity Fremantle.
Okay, so couldn't get let in. So we tried to fight security. Police got called and then ended up chasing us, and we went inside the back kitchen of Varsity Fremantle, and the staff started chasing us after that. We full on outran them and ran into Fremantle Metro's. Thoughts, lads?
No, thoughts, lads? Mate. Thoughts on using any grammar?
Oh, no, actually, used one comma
at the start.
at the start.
Now, look, mate, it is a good story.
It's a good story.
Quite impressed.
That
Very impressed.
was hard to figure out where to stop and where to start. But I don't know if I did a good job of getting that full story out and its full potential. So maybe it has a little bit more substance to it. But my thoughts really is just good on you for getting out alive.
Yep. I think the key points here, got kicked out, tried to get back in because their mates were back in, tried to fight security. The police got called. They ended up in the back kitchen. How did that happen? And the staff started chasing them. Then they went to Mentro's.
Quite the thrill, that. Sounds quite fun.
All right. Here's a question. How should one handle their girlfriend going to schoolies as someone a year older? Cheers, boys. Love the pod. Thanks, mate.
Thanks. That's a tough one. I guess it's... How would you handle... Oh, I'm not too sure. Just...
Schoolies is a pretty... Yeah. Schoolies is a pretty rough place.
Yeah. I mean, it's just got to be trust at the end of the day. Because everyone only goes to schoolies once. You don't want them to have a shit time because you're bugging them all the time. But then there's also a reason to be bugging them all the time. But I think just... I don't know. It's a tough one. Just build that trust as much as you can. Yep. And, I guess the outcomes will sort itself out.
Yep. See you in the gym in summer.
Yep.
It was grand final day in footy a couple of years ago. We lost by 5 points. Okay, this person plays for Gosnells.
A lot of Gosnells. I think this must be the same person who keeps mentioning Gosnells.
So Gosnells lost by 5 points against Midland. Anyhow, after the game, we went to the club rooms and got on the piss and watched the Brownlow. We all then caught an Uber to the casino, but two of our mates decided to catch the train. Next thing you know, one of those boys found a bin full of apples and decided to eat one. Do you think it's very healthy, lads? He didn't get let into the casino at first, but he tried another entrance and he got let in. Next thing you know, he vomited on the entry floor. Okay, two very distinct parts to this one. First of all, old mate wants to know if eating an apple out of the bin is healthy.
Well, if it's a full apples are they're healthy in itself, but out of where do you get it from? A bin full of apples. So, you know what? I'm going to say yes, because if it was a bin full of apples, there is a chance that a singular apple may not have been necessarily one he picked, but didn't touch any of the other bin stuff. So it was just apple on apple. So
no cross-contamination.
No cross-contamination. It would have been fine, but I don't think it might have been the apple that got him to vomit on the entry floor.
Well, I mean, obviously, look, it was, as much as they lost, it was grand final day. They were at the club rooms. I reckon there's a combination of quite a bit of drinking here, plus the apple probably didn't settle too well.
It's not exactly.
I feel like even a clean apple wouldn't settle too well with a bunch of beers in your stomach.
It's not exactly like a stomach filler, is it? You know, when you try and line your stomach up for a night out, it's not exactly. An apple's not exactly going to do it.
Chuck some more acids in there. Why not? But no, good cracking story that.
Yeah, and this one, it says, is having a root inside your former footy team's toilets a good thing? I think it's marking your territory. I think that's pretty fair enough.
Yeah.
If you go about it like that, then sure, you can make it out as a good thing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, fair play. At least he's getting some. I don't care where it is. Good on you. Was on the Armadale train line one time, and there was this cracky dressed in a pig costume singing Peppa Pig. Thoughts?
Thoughts.
Everyone just throws.
I like that. Thoughts.
They just put any story, but as long as they end it with thoughts, lads.
Should that be like our new thing? You can we'll only read the story if it says thoughts, lads, at the end. And if it doesn't, we're not reading it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this one?
Sure.
I want to see a video.
Bit of entertainment on the train line. Singing Peppa Pig. What? Is there a song or a? Yeah. Oh yeah, there is, isn't there? This is Daddy Pig. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right. Well, we'll move on.
all right. Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Big one here.
This is good.
This is really good.
Wow, this is thoughtful.
It says, I've spent the past few months creating a list of the most mediocre / shittest clubs / pubs in Perth. Enjoy, lads. Should we go one by one here? This is a
let's do this.
very detailed list, and I'm hopefully going to enjoy it. So the first line is mediocre bars / pubs and clubs. Rapture, aka okay, can't say what the also known as is. Probably the worst club in Perth. I don't think I've ever been there. Drink spiking very likely with the amount of trailer park trash there. Eye contact. There isn't love at first sight. It's fight at first sight. Toilets also smell like someone has died. Better get the police into there. So fair to say, just that alone just doesn't want me to ever attend Rapture.
Next one here is Alibi on James Street. Overpriced shithole. Only do schooners and the cheapest is $14.
Oh,
Never drinking there again.
It's probably fair enough.
For a schooner, $14 is really steep.
Alibi, have you been to this?
I've never been there, no.
Neither. The Breakwater, oh boy, where's Harry Bowles? About $13 for a pint, and the bouncers are absolute cockheads. Who will kick anyone out for no reason? Dogs.
That's becoming a common theme. I mean, we've had a history with the Breakwater.
Well, once you hear it enough, you start to believe it's going to be true.
Yeah. So much so that in fact the stories about the Breakwater security is more than likely what ruined our best partnership that we've had with anyone. But that's okay. If they're bad, they're bad, and people need to tell us.
Yep.
All right, the lookout at Scarborough. Just like the Breakwater, the security guards are absolute cocks too, who think they're tough because they have arm tattoos. Also, prices are robbery.
I'm pretty sure that... Do they cross over?
Quite possibly, yeah.
That would make sense. Market grounds, $18.20 for a vodka Red Bull. Eat a dick. It's pretty well said.
Yeah, no, can't say much more than that. The Camfield would be easier to drown the sorrows after a Fremantle loss if the price of beer wasn't $15. Load of shit.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah, good call. But this might be an unpopular opinion. You know, on the outside bar of the Camfield, rather than giving you the glass pints, they give you like the green paper ones. Those are some of the best paper cups I've had. I prefer, if I'm at the Camfield, I prefer to go to the outside one. They give you the green paper pints, a ginger beer in there with some ice. Goes down really nicely. Okay. But it is like $27.
What do you reckon? It does it taste better in the plastic?
I think it tastes. Yeah, no. Honestly, I think it does taste really good. Yeah, I think it might taste better, and I don't know. It just feels like more practical.
Okay, like it. Queens and Mount Lawley beer about the same price as a PS5, full of old fuckwits too.
Never been there.
Never been there either.
Sea Paradiso, no footy scarves allowed, and an overpriced shithole. Okay. Why would you not allow footy scarves? That seems an odd rule.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I don't reckon it's a rule. I reckon they've just gone, like they've seen someone with a footy scarf saying you can't wear that. Like what's the reason that you can't wear hats in some places?
Maybe for identification purposes. But
like you're taking your hat off when you're getting scanned.
Yes.
And then what's the difference to putting it back on? I don't really understand. Because I've had that happen to me a couple of times wearing a hat, and I've had to like shove it down. You know, I'm not just going to carry a hat around, so I've had to like shove it down my bloody pants. It's a little bit annoying.
Henry Summers is one for that.
I think that would have been it. Yeah. All right, where are we up to? Benny's in Fremantle. Only on here because it's packed like a can of sardines. Prices are shit, and also a lot of wankers who think they're top shit. There seems to be a running theme with the prices of alcohol and beers, and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to get any cheaper.
No, especially because the next place we're going to is the Cottesloe Beach Hotel. Ooh. He says, costs you an arm and a leg for a drink. Other than that, decent vibes. That is the most positive review we've had so far.
So that's at number one.
And that is outstandingly accurate.
Brewdog Brewery Perth in West Perth. Never heard of that. Only on here because the prices are pure robbery, but very good service.
Okay.
That's another compliment. So that automatically goes into 2. So Cottesloe 1, Brewdog Brewery. That's a bloody word scramble, that one. And the rest are just equal third and in last. So
maybe
that's
Micah Ground's
well
very last, because the 1820 for a Voddy Red Bull Eat a Dick was probably my favourite review out of all.
That can take the cake. Then. that was very good. I very enjoyed that. I wonder how long that it took to put all that together. Do you reckon they went with the intention of going to as many as possible just because of this list, or do you reckon they just came up with the idea?
Well, he says he's spent the last few months, so I don't know if he's just been taking little notes and then he's compiled it now. But what this is inspiring me to do is that I think that we start going on pub and club reviews.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
And in fact, tomorrow night is the launch of the Club app, and Club we've had a bit of a comms with, and I think they might become a proud partner of the show. And I think that maybe that's how we can integrate. We can integrate some pub and club review videos, partner up with Club, and now we're laughing.
I would like that a lot.
All right, moving on. I know exactly who sent this in. Made some scrambled eggs on toast this morning. Thoughts? No one gives a fuck, Sahib.
Scrambled eggs on toast. Very top tier breakfast, that. Walked into the gym today, went to the toilet, and I see a 10-pack of Jacks on the floor, unopened, and I drunk a few of the cans. A few hours passed afterwards, and I shat my pants.
Thoughts, lads?
I think that's time well spent.
I don't want to bring a 10-pack of Jacks into the gym, but well done for this bloke for getting a few freebies. Yeah. All right. Guys, imagine this. Everybody's having a blast at a party when one of our friends who's had a few shots gets reckless and jumps on the roof and breaks it. To make matters worse, in the chairs, I accidentally break a door. What would you do in this situation?
Thoughts, lads? Is that word chairs supposed to be there? That wasn't really English.
No, that rattled me a little bit.
Yeah, not really ideal of someone, especially if you're going over to someone else's house and someone's gone and put a hole in the roof. I've seen someone put a hole in the top of a shed before. So
look, if it's one of your mates' houses, I think you got to just own up and help him out here, because now he's got a broken roof and broken door. If you don't know the person, you can probably just run away.
Mm-hmm. No, I like that plan. That sounds good. One morning, I woke up to find my energetic pup, Roxy, staring at me with an intense, "I'm going to get you" gaze. Suddenly, he sprung into action, jumping on my bed and launching his... No, I am not reading that. I'm so glad. Okay, we're skipping this one. We're skipping this one.
This is why we need a Patreon, so we read these.
We can read these out if we get a Patreon.
For $10 a month, you can hear every story that we end up having to stop because we just can't. All right, bookmark that for a later date through a paid subscription model.
That was funny.
Fitzy, my friend, loves playing fetch.
This is definitely written by the same person.
One day while playing catch, Fitzy spotted a squirrel and took off after it and never came back. What the fuck?
What is with people with squirrels? There's a squirrel grip. Okay. Hopefully this is a more normal one. It was 4 a.m. in the morning, coming back from the clubs, headed back to a mate's place, walked into the lounge room. Okay, there's not really any commas or anything in this again. To lay on the couch, as you do, and I accidentally laid on a chihuahua. The chihuahua then attacked me, making my face bleed with his scratches. They bled so hard I had to go to hospital. Rule number 1, lads, don't lay on your mate's couch before you get permission. Rule number 2, always turn the light on.
Thanks for the rules.
Yeah, that was good. Wouldn't have been an ideal situation with those little bloody mutts. They get quite aggressive.
It's not as bad as the Rottweiler from last week.
No.
Here we go. Me and a girl went and stayed at a fancy hotel in the city. We went at it. Well, I thought we did. She left the room throughout the night, and I ended up rooting the pillow. Waking up and seeing cum on the pillow was the worst experience of my life.
We're skipping past that one. That is outrageous. Went on a Bali trip and I tried to get a photo with the monkey. Next thing you know, the monkey stole my phone and made a run for it. It took a while to get the phone back. They're smart, those little things, aren't they? I'll tell you what.
That's an awesome little story.
I'm glad I know that now. Really glad.
Went to Story's nightclub on the weekend for my 21st. Got a drink from the bar and tried to go downstairs. I tripped down the stairs and went flying into a group of girls. I accidentally glassed one of them on the way down with the drink and then got kicked out. I hope that story's not true because that would be quite severe.
Yes, that's not really ideal. And getting kicked out, probably fair enough.
Yeah.
I was at bar one on the weekend and a guy took a shit on the dance floor.
I was at bar one on the weekend.
Did you see any shit on the dance floor?
Yeah, when you got to go, you got to go. I had 4.
That was you.
I had 4 jacks before. So. Yeah, no, I didn't spot that, unfortunately. Okay. Is sleeping with 3 girls a bad idea? Just as friends. It's a great idea. Wait. It's an awesome idea. Go for it.
I'm glad we can answer the household questions here. Okay, this one is, went on a camping trip with a few buddies. I went to bed early as I was tired. Fair enough. Went in my sleeping tent. Okay. Woke up about half an hour later and a fox is in the tent with me. Woke up and yelled at the fox. Go away, fox. Why are you in here? Go away. And it attacked me and bit me. I yelled out to my mates who were near the fire at the time and no reply back. What do you think you do when you see a big fox with green eyes in your tent, ladies and gentlemen?
Well,
I reckon you ask what the fox says. What does he say? And it answers that age-old question.
Well, I reckon you revert back to primary school. I think you obviously haven't invited the fox in, and you just say, "Stop it! I don't like it."
He did try and chat to it though.
That's true. He tried to be civil. Quick question here: are Sundays for being in bed all day? No,
they're not.
Do something.
I think even if you're hungover, being in bed all day, it's good for the first bit, but ultimately I think it just makes you feel worse.
Correct.
And even if you're not hungover and you're in bed all day, it honestly makes me feel like shit.
You watch the new episode of the Sunday Debrief in bed. You have a coffee, a bit of food, and then you're good to go for the day.
Yep, that's it. Just a note to tell all you lads out there: when going on a date, don't wear sunglasses, as the girls love to see your eyes. Oh, okay. Did you reckon she said, "I love to see your eyes," or he just goes, "I've got great eyes"?
Yeah, probably.
I went on a date with a girl to Guzman and Gomez. See, there you go, Yupsy. I haven't seen Zambrero's featured yet, and it didn't end well. My eyes were whacked out of my head, stoned in brackets. So I wore sunglasses to hide my eye bags. So no go to the sunglasses, lads. Also, why do all women waste food? Brought her a meal and she didn't even eat it. Bloody disgusting behaviour.
Okay, look. I think fair enough. You don't wear sunglasses. You also probably don't get stoned before the date.
Not really, wouldn't be my preferred method of going out.
I don't know. I mean, maybe you wanted to relax, but I think it's not a great first impression. It's not a great first impression.
Imagine he's just ordering the meal like inside with his sunnies on. Like he's like, I can't read the menu. Oh, fuck, it doesn't want to take his sunnies off.
Just four more buds, please. No wonder she didn't want to eat. She probably just left.
But he couldn't say.
Another date story here. Went on a date with a chick at Hoyt's Cinema and it didn't go well. We made out as you do in the cinema, but I told her I had to go to the toilet. I bolted out of the cinemas as I just wasn't interested enough. Do you think this is a shitty act by me?
Yeah, no. Probably. I understand it might have been a bit of a flight or fright scenario, but I don't
just see out the movie, I reckon.
Yeah, just see out the movie and I think could have just saw out.
And if it wasn't going well, the makeup probably could have had a skip actually.
Yeah, probably skipped the scene on that one.
Yeah, probably didn't help you cause that.
Or just watch the movie. It could have been a good movie. Damn. Righty. The Paramount nightclub has to be the worst nightclub in the whole of Australia. One time I went to the toilet went for a piss, and a group of boys kicked down the door. I came out of the toilet and punched the fuck out of them. Then my mates walked in and started laying into them. Do you think it's wrong of me to stand up for myself in this situation? Nah, fair enough. Sounds like he won, so.
Yeah, yep. And I mean, when you're taking a piss, you don't want blokes knocking the door down. So, yeah, you had to do something about it. This person says, I went to my girlfriend's house on the weekend. First time being there, and it was late at night. I accidentally walked into the parents' room, and I thought I found the toilet.
Keep reading this one.
Next thing you know, I pissed on the dad's head and used her mum's bra as a towel. I got kicked out of the house after that. Thoughts, boys. Eating the microphone.
I hope that did not happen. That couldn't have happened. There's no way that could have happened. Okay, I reckon we might skip that one.
That's not even Patreon level.
Can't say that one, unfortunately. We'll skip that.
All that.
No, you can't say that one either. Okay, cannot say that one either. All right. Okay, this one. I think we can say this one. This one's. Oh, for God's sakes. Is watching porn in a relationship a bad thing?
Oh, that's probably one you just got to communicate about. I think that's a relationship by relationship basis.
I think. It's tough because it's bloody everywhere these days, and it's pretty bad for you. I think to consume it either way, whether you're in a relationship.
It's a big contributor to those dopamine addictions. It's like that short-term dopamine hit. And speaking of caffeine addictions, alcohol addictions, this is an addiction that's rarely brought up in the public eye.
Yeah,
but probably pretty common one amongst the young men in particular.
I'd say so.
So look, in terms of the relationship bit, not necessarily, but as a whole, it's probably just bad. So yeah,
as a whole, it's just bad. So probably stay away.
Can we get you lads on a video with Mr. Sickhand? I'd like to.
He's good. He's gold, that guy.
Yeah, he's doing well
all the time. Okay, so we had a little bit of a discussion before we started the episode, and we're actually, because we're running quite short on time here.
Yes,
what are we at the moment?
We're already at 48 minutes.
Oh, geez Louise, we're already at 48 minutes. So we've decided there's a story of a part 2 variety, the part 2 of the Warwick story. So unfortunately, Yubsy, we're going to have to save this one till next episode in hope that we don't get as many. Well, keep sending your shit in, obviously, but it's going to be a long one this episode. We're going to save the part 2 of the Warwick story, so that
and give it a bit more of the spotlight it deserves.
Exactly. Don't want to skip over it, so at least gives you a reason to watch next step.
There you go.
Are girls who have teddies in their room childish?
Childish.
I wouldn't. No, I don't think so.
It's quite common, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really end up in female bedrooms. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. Yeah. Don't mind a teddy. Yeah. I always see those TikToks where it's like, the girlfriend's left the room and they've got all the teddies on now. They're just punching them in the face. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's probably beyond necessary, but sometimes they're just there.
Sometimes the urge is just you can't find it no more.
Okay. Now this one's quite specific with some names and everything.
Oh.
Went away to Mandurah for a weekend with about 10 other mates. Played beer pong against Samuel. Samuel. Samuel.
Samuel, yeah. Great bloke.
He didn't sink a cup in, and the rule when you don't sink a cup is you have to do a nudie run. He did the nudie run around the whole entire block. Is it a fair effort, lads, or should he have ran another block? Also, after the game finished, 2 of my mates had a make-out session, but both have girlfriends. Okay. Look, might just put that one on the back burner. That's for them to sort out between each other. Is a nudie run around the block a fair effort after not sinking a cup?
Yeah. I think so.
1 block is
That's
pretty
plenty.
good.
That's
and
fine.
In Mandurah, that could well be a 4 kilometre loop. So,
yeah. No, I think that's fair. And his life would have been in serious danger.
So I'm just having a look at the next one. People are they're pretty keen on using specific names.
Yeah,
here,
we got a new
we
one
have no
here.
idea who they are.
You can mention this if you want. Guess we've got no choice now. It's a car crash incident, however. Viewer discretion. So me and my mate Shano went to my mate Preston.
Yeah, I'd say
it's a very
Preston.
strange way to spell it, but don't
Well,
mind
he's
that.
actually spelled it two different ways in one story, so not sure how it's spelled.
So it's probably okay. North Beach for a gather at his. I ditched Preston, Shane, and all the other boys and went to the lookout in Scarborough by myself. My mate Shane came to pick me up and take both of us home as we live in the south side suburbs in Canning Vale. Next thing you know, we go through Graham Farah Freeway and Shane does 160 through the tunnel and we hit a curb outside the tunnel.
Not ideal.
This is more telling people to not get in a car with your mates who have been drinking because it can cost your life and not many people listen to it. Well, that's a fair statement to end this thing.
Absolutely outstanding advice. Not worth it.
No.
Never is. Just pay the Uber.
Yep. Pay the Uber.
40, 50, it doesn't matter. It might be $100, but still worth it.
Yep, that's it.
Might just, all right, here we go. Was inside Paramount on a Friday night a couple years ago. I had a drink in my hand right near the balcony and it accidentally dropped over the balcony and hit someone and knocked them out. I didn't mean to drop the drink. It just slipped out of my hands. Well, at least there was no intention there.
Yeah.
That's what was the last one? Oh, no, it was Metros. There was yak over the balcony. Okay.
Yeah.
Paramount, he's dropping a cup. But, oh, well. It happens.
You live in line. A few years ago, I was having intercourse with my then girlfriend. She was being rather noisy and her roommates were home, so I told her to bite my hand. She bit it. I ended up with 6 stitches.
Well, oh dear.
Must have been quite the bite. Pretend it's an apple you found in the garbage can.
Oh, yeah. Wowee, that is some jaw. I think this is the same person. This was submitted 1 minute after the first one, and it says, I was having intercourse with my girlfriend, doggy style, and pulled out. There was a plastic ring around my cock. She said it was her birth control thingy. I felt like I'd won a carnival game.
Oh, just a little kid at heart. Okay. Alrighty. Another intercourse-related one says, I lost my virginity to a guy who wasn't circumcised. Not a big deal, but he was a version 2. A couple minutes in, he thrust it a little too hard, and it forced back his foreskin, ripping it from the base of the head back. It started bleeding. He ended up having to go to the hospital and getting 5 or 6 stitches, which resulted in an inch-long scar. So it would have taken up the whole bloody thing. They say you never forget your first time, and I'm sure as fuck he never will. That is, wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy doing that.
That hurt. That hurt reading it.
Yeah, it definitely did. No.
Okay. Hello, guys. This is a big one.
Good luck reading this all in one piece.
Just wanted to send this message as I am looking to the people of Perth to help me find my Prince Charming from the weekend. To set the scene, I was at Bar 1 on Saturday night and I met this man previously at the breakwater. Me and my friend were dressed up as Alvin and Theodore from Alvin and the Chipmunks, and our friend was dressed up as Simon. They went home. This man approached us who was wearing a blue shirt and said, I can be your Simon, to which I was very amused. He had a Corona in his hand and his frizzy hair looked so encapsulating. Couple hours go by and I run into him at Bar 1. This time he came over and said, I would love to roleplay the scene where Alvin and Simon shower naked together in the dishwasher.
How do you remember that?
To put it simply, this made my hose setting go from light mist to jet. And he swept me off my feet, kissing me under the lights of the Bar 1 dance floor whilst saving up by Dom Dollar played. It was the most magical night of my life. The only clue I heard from his friends was they called him Tubbsy or something like that. He also drank so many beers, which was so hard. Please, if you know this man, please help me find him.
It was so believable right until the last two lines.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
Get on your yubs.
Good on you, Yubs. What a cracker. Any response from the Sunday debrief ladies?
Shit. Yes, there is. Need to follow up. Sorry.
Okay.
Can you tell me why Rory's now whipped and won't fly with me? Now, I'm going to take a stab and suggest that this was sent in by Jackson Sharp, and he's speaking of Rory Jarman, who is now whipped with his happily lovely wife.
Early stages.
Early marriage, and I'm going to say that on the flight to Bali, Rory's now changed his seat from sitting with Jackson to sitting with his wife. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm taking from this submission. Yeah. And yeah, look, I can't explain it to you, Jackson. Mate, you're more whipped than me. I don't.
Harry Bowles.
What's a girlfriend?
He's back. And says, went back to the gas chamber on Saturday. Safe to say the security there still sucks.
Well, thanks for the update, Harry. Good to hear from you, mate. To be honest. Yeah. I'm just happy to see his name.
Same.
Hey, boys. I low-key have a crush on a guy that I play cricket with. He's been in some seriously good nick with the stick as of late. When I see this man in the change rooms, especially with his top off, I feel nothing but arousal. I'd love nothing more than to grip on his bat, if you know what I mean. He's often nicknamed the bus, but I wish I could run a train through him. I recall one time when he shouted, "No run," rather aggressively, and I kind of got a stiffy. This probably doesn't help that I went to an all-boys school. At the Triple J Top 100 party, this boy was... Okay. And then the final question is this a normal fantasy to have? Well... the use of terminology gets better every week, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Look,
it does. Got some real talented people in here.
Yeah. Look, mate, I wouldn't say it's not normal to have fantasies about people you're attracted to. And if this is who you're attracted to, then all power to you.
Yeah, and especially the no run part, that would have been quite arousing for anyone, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest pet peeve: people who chew with their mouths open. Why do people do this? Why do people do this? You're eating food to just let it come back in your mouth. Like, close your mouth. Thoughts?
Thoughts, yeah.
It's fair enough.
No, good call. Yeah, no, I don't like noisy eating. It just pisses me off, actually.
Yeah.
All right, there's a few of these unpopular opinions. Let's get through to the next story. All right. It was a rowdy Friday night at the Varsity Bar, and Alex, a college junior, was determined to impress his crush, Jade. Okay.
Okay.
He decided to order an elaborate cocktail, boasting about his sophisticated taste. As he waited for his drink, Alex spotted Jade across the room and began to confidently stride towards her. However, disaster struck. While attempting to impress Jade with his best pose, Alex tripped on a stool and face-planted into a nearby beer pong table. Look, this has ChatGPT written all over it.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds a little like my assignments.
Another interesting one coming up.
It was a packed Saturday night at the hottest nightclub in WA, Bar 1. Dave, a self-proclaimed dance king, was determined to impress the ladies. As Dave hit the dance floor, he busted out his signature moves, the floss and the robot and the sprinkler. However, things quickly took a turn for the worse. Dave's enthusiastic dancing caused him to knock over a girl. While Dave tried to pick her up, his pants split and his jeans fell down wide, revealing his underwear. Then a unicorn emoji. Wearing unicorn underwear, by the way. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Probably would have put the emoji after that bit, but
good point. Good
not
point.
one to judge. The entire nightclub erupted in laughter, and the worst of all, his underwear fell down, and the whole club seen his Johnson. The bouncer tried to carry him out, but stifled a grin. "Sir, I think you've had enough for tonight." Dave looked up and said, "I'm the king of this dance floor." Okay.
It has
Fair
to
enough,
be
Dave.
ChatGPT.
Fair enough, Dave.
I don't-
What?
This has to all be the same person who just typed into ChatGPT, write me a story. Because this one says Sean and Deacon were on a camping trip. They got to the spot and realised they forgot the tent poles, so they slept in the car throughout the night. A random pops out of the bushes during the night with the poles, smashing the windows, opening the car door and shoving it into Deacon's arm. Okay.
All right. Okay. Charlotte mistook the bug spray for sunscreen at the beach and applied it liberally.
That's it.
Thoughts?
Another camping trip story, ladies. Our campsite, funnily enough, became a raccoon hangout with the... Okay, this makes no sense at this point. Little story here.
We love them.
At a campsite with my mate Little John. Went for a dump in the bushes and couldn't find his phone. You don't want to guess where the phone was. He shat on his phone.
I was inside Magnet House one time. Darren is me. And I went over and leaned over the bar to ask for a drink. And the security guard ended up throwing me out. Do you boys think they have the right to do that? About 8 security guards started bashing me.
And took all my stuff.
Took all my stuff.
But leaning over to ask for a drink.
I think either that just didn't happen or maybe a little bit more happened.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of context to that one. At a bar a couple of weeks ago, it was Tom's round for drinks.
Tom, you're around, buddy.
All us boys wanted beers, but he got us apple ciders. If your mate doesn't drink beer, do you think that's weak as piss?
Tough question, that.
Look, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, but it does grow on you, and I think it's only right for you to at least start on at least 2 beer beverages and then move into the other stuff. The Passed Out Patriot.
It's got a title.
Here's a title of a story. During a night out in the city, Peter passed out in the bushes right near the court, and he slept there throughout the whole night. Do you think it's a fair effort, lads?
Yes, that's a really...
Why have we got so many of these?
It's a very fair effort. Thank you. And thanks for specifying the names of people. We have no idea who they are. So... the midnight... Oh, it's got another title here. The Midnight Swim at Scarbs. After the lookout, me and a random girl went to the ocean and went at it in the dark. Do you think it's a great spot to do it, and why is the answer yes? The answer is yes because, well, I don't know. It's dark. It's unique. It's already wet. You don't really have to clean anything up.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's just adventurous.
Okay, yeah, true. People who drink and smoke is their whole personality these days.
I don't know about whole personality.
Not sure. Maybe saying like when they get on the piss, they're just like post all about it and shit and make it like this whole big deal. I don't know. That's the only thing I can really think of.
Yeah, no, good point. What's the 5 hottest nationalities?
I don't even reckon I can name 5 nationalities off the top of my head.
Well, first one that springs to mind is Sweden.
Okay.
Swedish is probably number 1. In fact,
it's how I don't understand how we can say like if we haven't seen have you seen a Swedish person in person before?
I don't know about in person, but I don't know. The reviews are pretty good
on the internet.
Yeah, the internet pictures are good.
All right. Well, yeah, okay. You list through your top 5.
Yeah,
so Sweden's in.
I'd say Swedish.
So
Yeah.
say this no particular order.
Aussie. Yeah. Well, yeah.
You'll
yeah.
have to. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Australian has to be up there. Irish. I love the accents.
Irish. Yeah.
Yep. I reckon Canadian has a bit to it.
The accent as well.
A little bit, and I think they're known for being very nice.
Okay.
But also, I feel like they're northern enough that they might still get those like Swedish, like real, like just blonde, just my type kind of genes. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. One more.
What's a real classic Brazilian? Actually, no. Not my type, actually, more. I'm going to go Kiwi because I think again.
Well, they're guaranteed to be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Cultured.
Culturally similar. And I think the accents are hot.
Okay, nice. You like your accents, don't you?
Yeah.
So would you prefer another accent over like an Australian accent? Or say like just a normal speaking Australian?
I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't say I'd prefer it.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't say I'd prefer it.
It wouldn't sway you.
But I think if I was to prefer one, probably Kiwi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sick as, bro. That's really that. Thanks for that. Thanks for that compliment.
Yeah.
Eh?
Or Irish. Oh my god, the Irish accent.
Alrighty, on a different topic. Are treadmills better than for going on runs outside?
No.
No, they're just not.
Do you boys wear sunscreen and moisturizer every single day?
I don't know why you'd wear sunscreen every single day.
No, it's good for you.
Yeah, I hear about that. I
do it on my face.
I chuck on some moisturizer here and there. Yeah.
You're quite naturally blessed, actually. Your face is always quite clear.
Oh, thanks for that.
But I've had to kind of work on mine.
Yeah, a lot of product. You know, it helps when you get a girlfriend. They've got all the products and you just use them. They don't like it, but you just use them.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
Well, if they want the most attractive boyfriend possible, then you want your skin glowing. So you got to,
that's it.
Borrow their products.
Very expensive skincare stuff. So.
As I say, I've never met any teddies and I never met any products because I don't find myself in female bedrooms. And the last one on the forms.
Oh, God.
Best till last. Are cold showers better than hot?
I wouldn't say they're better than hot. Nah.
They have their benefits, though.
They do have benefits. I'm going to say a cold shower possibly has more benefits than a hot shower. But, yeah, hot shower is like hot shower after a nice, like a cold day or something like that, like a after footy in the wet, like hot shower. It's just, unbeaten.
Yeah.
But cold showers, they do have their benefits. And if you are lucky enough to have a pool, very, very good as well. Like jumping in there.
Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, that was an unbelievable effort by you guys.
Oh, it's a marathon.
Whew, what are we at? Over the hour mark.
Yeah.
But it's not over yet because we've got our segments.
We do. It's going to be a long one, but well worth it.
Yeah. Now, do we have the inaugural Regan's Rage?
We do. And we're starting off this episode with a bang. So, Regan's Rage. I've had a fucking mare with my speaking today, but we'll move past that. When I'm really angry, I feel like I might be able to project a bit better.
Okay.
And say my thoughts really well. So, I've got 3 here, but they're all relating around the same thing. So, my rage this week goes out to just people in general in car parks. Okay? So, the first one is people who don't cross at the crosswalk when you're driving and you're trying to be a good bloke and let them through at the crosswalk. Just fucking cross. Like, don't go, no, yeah, come through. Just, mate, it's a crosswalk. Just walk through, right? And then on the other way around as well, cars who don't stop at the crosswalks. It's called a crosswalk. You got to respect the laws of the government here. Like, I almost try and, when I'm walking across the crosswalk, I almost try and, like, I could lose my life one day, but I try and, like, bait the cars out a little bit. Like, I sort of, like, slowly go up, and then when, like, the car's about to come past, I sort of go a bit faster. Yeah. If I get
just to test their awareness,
if they're actually going to stop or not. And then if they don't, I go and chase them. But if they do, I give them the wave, because the wave is the most respectful thing you can do in Australian history. So there's 2 sides to that. If you're in a car, stop for a crosswalk, and then if you're at a crosswalk, just go. The second thing is people who leave their car door open when their car's parked. So think about this, right? It's a packed car park. You're driving around, you pick out a spot, and the next thing you know, you go to turn or reverse in, and the bloke next to you has their car door wide open, and you just got to sit there and do nothing. And they're just, chit-chatting away, and then you ended up just killing yourself. Yep. So that might have been a bit extreme. But sorry, I'm very passionate about this.
But in a packed car park and you want to turn into one and someone's got their door
Just
open
close your
and-
fucking door. And the other thing is as well, with the doors, say you've just parked and you're trying to get out, then old mate next to you leaves the door open. And you can't get out because their door's there. It's just very frustrating.
I can tell.
Very
mate.
frustrating.
I know.
And the last thing is people who have no awareness when walking through a car park. So if I'm driving in a car park and you're just walking in the middle of the road, I'm right behind you. You even turn around and acknowledge I'm there, and you still just keep walking your 2.5 kilometers an hour across. You know, you can get on the path, go around, go into the shops. But no, you just got to have your straight, direct route on the road where cars are meant to go. And it's just very frustrating when you're driving right behind them and they just don't give a fuck. They got no awareness, and sometimes you just want to run someone over. Yeah, it's going to be worth the jail time.
And I think one day you have to. And I mean, taking into account, you have complete leverage and control over that as well. And they're deciding to walk in your lane at 2.5 kilometers an hour, knowing full well that if you wanted to put your foot on the gas, you could.
Yeah, and I might. Guess we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see how far this gets out and see if people take it on board. But that's my race this week with a bit of a personal note. Yeah,
This is gonna be an every ep. You're gonna
something will piss me off every couple of weeks. So yeah, definitely. Yep. Now on to you.
Yeah, well, I failed to invest in any new files this week,
okay.
So it's still the original. Now in the favourites, so that was last week. Yeah, so in the favourites file this week, this one...
Just the one?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're very big on this, aren't you?
See, this one started in the Get Fucked file, and now it's moved its way over...
It started in the Get Fucked file?
Yeah, and now it's moved its way over to the favourites file.
Because the pros outweighing the cons?
Yep.
Okay, I like that.
Tanning. The reason it was in the Get Fucked file is because the last few weeks, the sun's been out, the UV has been blazing, and every girl and her dog have decided that they're just going to spend 8 hours unprotected in the sun thinking that it's good for them.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're aware, but the sun has an element of danger.
It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you imagine how hot it is from down here, imagine if you go a little bit closer to the old thing, how hot it would get.
Oh, yeah. It'd be pretty toasty.
Yeah, it would be.
But then I remembered that tan lines are the hottest thing out of Australian summer. Oh, my God.
You really enjoy them, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. So that's why they end up in the favourites file. Tanning.
Yeah, not much really needs to be.
Not
much more needs to be said, really. Yep.
It was in the Get Fucked out of the out of care and safety for people. And then my alternative endeavours took hold and I decided to put it in the favourites.
No, that's fair enough. It's good. It gave some real thought into that.
Yeah.
To go through the two files.
Uh-oh.
Diabolical, you could say.
I'm riling up now. Okay. We've got a repeat offender in the Get Fucked file. Parking fines.
And we're only 2 episodes in, so that's saying something.
Last week it was Wilson Parking Limited. This week it's the town of Cottesloe.
Oh.
This was today. Infringement number 77, fuck off. It is alleged that at 1:52 p.m. on the 30th of October, you committed the offence of offence description, offence, clause 4(1)(3)(b), also known as failure to park in accordance with the sign.
Didn't follow the bloody sign, mate.
Okay, if you read the sign, it's got that the number 3 and then P next to it, which I think means 3 hours. But it's a beach.
What does it mean?
It's a public beach. It means you can only park for 3 hours at a time.
Yeah.
But obviously I parked for more than 3 hours.
Oh.
How much? $100.
Fuck. $100. So you stayed there for over the 3 hours,
Yeah.
and you were in a 3 hour bay.
Yeah, apparently. But the 3 hour bay is
that
literally...
ticket sort of makes sense then.
Right. Where's my pen? Also in the Get Fucked file this week, Regan Spear. Fucking flog. Okay.
Like this.
You might actually agree with this next one, though.
Yeah, okay.
I've come to the conclusion that university is a complete scam. I've just learned more in 2 weeks of prac than I did in 3 years of actual university study, which could have easily been probably 18 months if it wasn't for the 47 electives that we had to choose.
Yep. Completely agree with that.
So now all of those are presumably on my hex. I don't know what's on my hex. I prefer to pretend it doesn't exist.
Yep.
And I don't know, in a few months I get a certificate and a hat and it says well done.
They've just made it like you can't, especially in the where we're trying to go, you can't get anywhere unless you have this degree. But it's like if you want to go for a job, I think this job's unreal. Like, oh, sorry, we want you to have this or be working on this before we accept you. But it's just it's honestly a complete waste of fucking time.
I think it could be so easily condensed and way more useful, but in the end, it's a profit business. And it's education. It's money making disguised as education.
Yeah, especially for our degree. I can understand with someone maybe who's doing like sports science or something, and they have a bunch of different shit to learn. But with us, like with some of the electives we do, like they're completely pointless. And if we just have, like one of the units we did for the major project, going through the whole semester, you're doing this one big project, you're putting all your journalistic skills into one thing, like that's beneficial at the end of the day because you're showcasing all these skills and you get feedback and whatnot. But yeah, I really don't care about writing an essay on AI while I use AI.
It's ironic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've kept last week's sheet cyclists. They're still in there.
Yeah.
Fucked. All right. That's enough negativity for today.
Yep.
You guys have been absolute heroes as always.
Been very good. This is some top tier performing.
It really is.
Been very good.
Thank you for tuning in. Now, yet to be confirmed, but I think next episode we'll have a guest.
Oh, really?
It's been it's actually already been name dropped in this episode, but won't go any further with it just in case things fall through. But there may be something brewing. Stick around for it. And if nothing else, just remember that in next episode we will be telling Warwick's story part 2.
Something to look forward to. And I'm sure Yubsy will be a very strong contributor on the forums. And yeah, keep them rolling in. We'll hopefully keep some of these more segment type things rolling in because the unpopular opinion segment, it's on fire. It started off very well.
It was popular.
Very popular. Yes. Well said.
Goodbye.
Bye.